Hey, welcome to Graphic Policy Television, GPTV. I'm Brett. It's Wednesday, which means new comic books are hitting the shelves all across the world. When they're not digital, physical, they're just, it's like Christmas for comic book fans. And that means we've got new comics from Marvel, who has hooked us up with 3 of their trade paperbacks that are hitting the shelves this week at comic book shops. And then in a couple weeks, they'll be at bookstores as well. So, we've got 3 very different series, a couple of, all of them fairly new as far as the volumes. We're not going back in time at all. AllNew XMen, Daredevil, and Doctor Strange. We're going to discuss one at a time, going over and kind of giving my general thoughts as about the series. So we've got AllNew XMen, Hell Hath So Much Fury. This is volume 3 of the trade paperbacks for AllNew XMen, written by Dennis Hopeless. It's also got art by Mark Bagley, Andrew Hennessy, and Nolan Woodard. Collects issues 12 through 16, retails for $15.99. How do I describe it? So, for those who might not remember, there was the Goblin Queen for the X-Men from a long time ago. Well, she's back. She basically attacks the time-displaced X-Men, which are also hanging out with Edie and Laura, who's now Wolverine, and they've got Bamfs that are kind of taking them all over the place. So it's basically the X-Men versus demons is kind of the best way of putting it. It's not bad. It's just, the all-new X-Men volume wasn't kind of my favorite. I think Dennis Hopeless has done so much better in a lot of other comics that he's written. And the art, for me, it was kind of hit and miss. So overall, this is not one I can totally recommend. As far as like maybe a teen-friendly X-Men series, this is kind of up their alley and good for them. But as a long-time X-Men fan, I don't think it really kind of had enough nods to the Goblin Queen, and the story itself just felt like them fighting demons, and we've kind of seen it a lot. The humor was okay. It just, overall, it didn't really speak to me. Let's go with that. Show off some of the art that you can expect inside. There's stuff like that. It's a lot of fighting. The coloring's really great. Then we got them beating up demons, Goblin Queen, and all that. So, as far as volumes, when it comes to the All-New X-Men, the All-New X-Men as a whole for the series haven't quite been my thing. They had a lot of potential. The ideas of these time-displaced X-Men doing a cross-country trip and going and finding America and discovering themselves, it hasn't quite panned out the way I was expecting it or would have liked to. So, it's okay. I'm just going to go with that. Can't recommend it too much, but, it's not... If you're a hardcore X-Men fan, check it out. If you want to get into the X-Men, don't check it out. If you're looking for X-Men for kids, this isn't that bad. Alright, next we've got Daredevil. This collects issues 10 through 14, also retails for $15.99. Charles Soule is the writer, with art by Garney and Matt Millia. So first, Daredevil's now a district attorney for city of New York. So he is trying to balance his life as an ADA with being a superhero. And now we've got this new villain called Muse, who's this fantastic addition to the Daredevil world, who's running around as a serial killer, killing people, and doing it as kind of like art display. This series I love. Well, one, the story is really good. Charles Soule is a lawyer himself, so he brings that sort of perspective and aspect to Daredevil, which is really fantastic. But the series as a whole is top-notch stuff. This is like kind of classic Daredevil, running around trying to stop the bad guy. What's really actually interesting about this volume is it plays off of the whole Inhumans have kind of multiplied and really become this big thing in the Marvel Universe, kind of what the X-Men were at one point, where there was just like you turn a corner and there's a mutant. Well, now it's the same with Inhumans. And, the killer Muse winds up killing a couple Inhumans, which forces Daredevil having to deal with Attila. And it's good. It's really, really good. I love the new villain. I think Muse is a fantastic addition to this series. So overall, top notch. Checking out some of the art. The art's really, really awesome. I think Garney is a fantastic successor to some of the previous art that we've seen. We've got Introduction to Muse. It's really cool stuff. top notch. Really like it. Highly recommend it. If you're into Daredevil, if you want to check out Daredevil, you can pick this up, and it's really good. Stop shop, and you can read it. And all 3 volumes are actually pretty good in that department, where you can just pick them up. You don't need to know stuff before, and you're good to go to read. We have a hardcover copy here. So this one's a little bit more expensive, $24.99. Collects 11 through 16 of Doctor Strange. This is Doctor Strange, Blood in the Aether. This is Volume 3 for Doctor Strange. Written by Jason Aaron. It's got a whole bunch of art. Chris Bachalo, Kevin Nolan, Leonardo, Romero, Jorge Fornes, Cory Smith, Livesay, John Livesay, Victor Olazaba, Wayne Faucher, Tim Townsend, Richard Freen, Antonio Fabela, Jordie Bellaire, and Java Tartaglia. I'm sure I butchered like half of those names, and I apologize. I'm just really not good with names. So this is post big event where the magic in the Marvel Universe has kind of been jacked up by a villain. So Doctor Strange is really, really weak in his ability to, well, do magic as a whole, but runs through a gauntlet of villains. Baron Mordo, Dormammu is after him, the Orb, Santana, Nightmare. He has to take them basically all on in this like gauntlet. Basically, they're all out for his head. They're weak. He's weak. They know it, so they're trying to get him. The story is really entertaining. You get to see him trying to figure out what the hell he goes from here. He used to be amazing at magic, be able to move his fingers a little bit, and then things were solved. Well, now we're talking like bag of tricks stuff. Pull out a rock type of thing, magic rock, and throw it. He doesn't really have the ability to tap into magic like he used to. No one's really able to, except Baron Mordo, which is kind of interesting, and all that's explained within this volume, which is a fantastic way to catch up. Really kind of discusses what goes on before, also takes maybe what's going on currently, and you can just read it unto itself. It's entertaining, it's really funny. The thing that I really like about it is the humor is fantastic. Jason Aaron is a top-notch writer, really knocks it out of the park with pretty much anything he writes. And then the art by Chris Bachalo is amazing. I absolutely love his art style. Kind of show some of that off. He does the majority of the art for the series. It's not always the case. We get introduction to Nightmare. It does flip around a little bit with a couple artists. I'm not quite sure why there was a reason they did that, but it doesn't really bother me too much. I think it actually shows off how much more awesome that Bachalo's art is. I can't recommend this enough. Like, I absolutely love this story arc of Doctor Strange. Really entertaining, great humor, amazing art. A little bit pricey at $24.99, so you might want to wait until it is in floppy form, but you're definitely going to want to get it up. As far as extras for everything, let's start with AllNew XMen. We've got, of course, covers in between. That's pretty much standard when it comes to the various series. So in between chapters, you get the covers of the comics as they're released. This one has a couple extras in the back, not a whole lot. Some pencils to the art, something I like a lot, but it's only like 2 pages of that, so you're not getting a ton as far as that. So not a lot of extras, but a couple here and there. Daredevil is pretty much similar. You get the in-between as far as covers, but those covers are pretty friggin' awesome if you ask me. Here we go. Here's a fantastic cover. And then extras in the back. For this one, there are none. Yeah, so it's basically just covers that you're getting, and that's it. So a little bit less of the extras in there, but you might get a little bit more story because of that. Haven't counted everything. I love those covers. Love the art. Can't say enough about the Daredevil art. And then Doctor Strange, of course, you get the in-between covers for all the chapters, and then the extras in the back. We have variant covers from the issues that were released, so you can get some of the variants that were out there. And then with Marvel Digital, you get a free digital copy of this. So you can. This one goes till 2019, so you have quite a while to pick it up. but there is at least a free digital copy offer. I'm not sure exactly what's going to be in. There's a bonus digital edition, so it could be this, it could be more. Marvel kind of changes things up with their digital comics, so you never quite know. So with the $24.99, you are getting at least some digital in there as well. Overall, so the 3, Doctor Strange, I think is a definite recommend. I like it. It's a little bit pricey at $24.99, I know, but at least get the floppy when it comes out. If it comes out, Daredevil, the Dark Art Volume 3, highly recommend as well. Really entertaining. You can read it straight up. You don't have to read anything else. All-New X-Men, Hell Hath So Much Fury. That one I can't quite recommend. It's an okay read, but there's way better X-Men out there. And I think overall the All-New X-Men storyline was kind of weak and didn't really go anywhere. Put that bluntly. Thank you, Marvel, for the hookup for all $3. We want to put that out there because it's always nice to be transparent so you, the viewers, know exactly what we're getting for free, and you can make your judgment as to how much I'm full of it or not. But as I said, recommend 2 of them, 1 not so much, so, not completely bought off. If you are into Marvel Comics and comic books as a whole, you should go and check us out at graphicpolicy.com. We've got news, reviews, interviews every single day, 24 hours, 7 days a week, every day of the year. We're also on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and Tumblr, all at Graphic Policy, keeping it nice and consistent. So, until next time, if you want to pick up any of these, we have links underneath the video. Some of them are affiliate links, so we do get a small percentage of the links themselves, but by doing that you help support our site. But more importantly, there's a link for local comic book shops, so you can go find your local shop and go get these if you're really interested. Use those affiliate links if you can't find a local shop, but otherwise you should go and go get them, period. 2 out of the 3 I think are really good and well worth getting. So, as always, thanks for watching. Until next time, keep reading and keep it geeky. Hey, thanks for watching the previous video from Graphic Policy Television. Just by watching, you help support our site. Thank you so much. Now, if you're watching these videos, you probably care about geeky things like movies, television, comic books, toys, games, video games, you name it. You can go and subscribe right now to our YouTube channel to stay in touch and catch all the new videos, or check out our website at graphicpolicy.com. There's a nice link on this end of the video. But as always, thank you for watching. Keep on rocking and keep it geeky.